Okay, so a little bit of a editor's note before this video starts. So unfortunately, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I set my headset down weird, but when this particular video I recorded it, somehow my mic got messed up. It's really modulated. I'm just giving you a heads up that this is not the normal quality that I put out, but since it is War of the Spark season, I'm working on 2 new commanders, I simply don't have time to record another video. So the audio is very poor in this video. If you want to just mute the audio and just kind of put some music on and watch it, you certainly can. It's pretty modulated, but it's a really good game, and I don't want to spoil anything, so I still at least want to put out a video for today. But just wanted to give you a heads up that the audio is not up to normal par, and I do apologize, but it's War of the Spark crunch time, so I'm really excited about our Friday release. I might be seeing a dragon, 5-color dragon. Maybe we'll see. I don't know if we can get him to come out from hiding and go for a really nice blast, storm blast. That might be kind of fun. But anyway, welcome to the video. Have some fun. Welcome to Nicol Bolas, the Ravager. As far as our opening hand goes, yes, we're going to keep on this one. We have Smoldering Marsh, Volcanic Island, love it. Got some card draw and Phyrexian Arena, and we have Thing in the Ice, which is I know it's always fun to get Thing in the Ice to flip. Always have a good time with that. Let's go Smoldering Marsh. We're not in a huge rush for Mana Vault, so we're just going to lead off with Smoldering Marsh, and then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. But yes, welcome to Nicol Bolas. Hope you're excited to get the new God Pharaoh. Not God Pharaoh, but the Nicol Bolas. Which one is he? Sorry, my screen popped down for a second. I was trying to pull up OBS, but then pull up my screenshot, and then it just kind of like... Anyway, it's Nicol Bolas Dragon God. That is the new one in here. So that is the new addition to this Nicol Bolas deck, and I'm really excited. Hopefully we can get that going. So, kind of threw me for a loop for a second. Wonderful. We hit Marsh Flats, which is going to be another searchable black source for Phyrexian Arena. So, in fact, let's go ahead and go Volcanic Island. Let's go Demir's Signet, because at this point, we just want to get down Phyrexian Arena as quickly as possible, and that also allows us to end up going for Mana Vault. So we'll go ahead and pass the turn over to our opponent. We're playing Nicol Bolas, the Ravager, flying. Whenever Nicol Bolas enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Then for a 7-mana activation, Nicol Bolas, the Ravager, turns into a Planeswalker. Then for the +2, draw 2 cards, -3 deals 10 damage to target creature or Planeswalker, -4 put target creature or Planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Then for a -12, if you're still keeping score at home, exile all but the bottom card of target opponent's library. I'm playing against Kestia, the Cultivator. I think we're going to roll with that. That sounds pretty good. And yeah, look, let's just go and go Phyrexian Arena. Yeah, let's go for it. So we're going to tap down Volcanic Island, Demir's Signet, because you always get to tap down your filter mana first on Magic Online. Go for Phyrexian Arena. That'll be a really nice, repeatable card source of card draw. Let's go and crack Marsh Flats, and I think at this point we'll just go ahead and grab Underground Sea. Yeah, grab Underground Sea. Let's go for Mana Vault, and then we're going to go and pass the turn over our opponent. Playing against Kestia, the Cultivator. Bestow for 6 mana. Enchanted creature gets +4/+4. Then whenever an enchanted creature or enchantment creature you control attacks, draw a card. And I do need to build Kestia, because every time I play against it, I always forget that, you know, it's always fun to build an Enchantress build. You get some really nice card draw going, but just building some of those enchantment creatures, like the Bestow creatures, that sounds like some pretty good stuff. So our opponent's going to get down Rhystic Study, which is going to be a great way to kind of keep our, in a roundabout way, keep our Phyrexian Arena in check. Now, for some reason, some of this art's not popping up. I don't know. There was a new update, and sometimes when you put a new update in, if you don't give it enough time to kind of populate some of the card images, sometimes that does happen. So hopefully we'll get some of these images here in a second. But let's go and go for Nicol Bolas. Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to go Rhystic Study, because we don't want to tap down Mana Vault just yet. And I kind of want to get into point 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, yeah, so if they don't have some sort of answer for Nicol Bolas next turn, we can at least go and get Nicol Bolas to flip, and then start to go for that +2. Now, once you get that +2 from Nicol Bolas going, that is some good magic right there. We did cover both commanders. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you want to get into Commander, Legacy, Modern, Penny Dreadful, whatever sort of format floats your magic boat, be sure to hit up MTGOTraders. They have a wonderful selection of cards. And also shout out to inkgaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off your order. Or, we got hit with the Control Magic. But yeah, you can't use Control Magic in gaming, but you can use 10% off Jolt to get a nice order. Or search Jolt539 to see some of my awesome playmats. Got some cool ones out there. Church of Athreos, the Scry and Scurry, and a few others. So just kind of get over there and look, have some fun. Now, we do have Heroes Downfall, so at this point, we want our Nicol Bolas back pretty bad. So we're going to go, I think, Thing in the Eyes. Yeah, we go Thing in the Eyes. And that way we can kind of start working towards some of those counters. And, Yeah, let's make this game interesting. Normally you want to pay for Ristic Study, but once we get Nicol Bolas back, we can at least flip it with Mana Vault the following turn. So we're going to go Thing in the Ice and go for Hero's Downfall on... Yeah, I guess we need to do that. Hero's Downfall on Nicol Bolas because we're going to have to recast it. It's going to be double black. That's one of those things where, like, when I'm recording Magic, yeah, we need that Mana Vault really bad. We're just giving our opponent a ton of card draw. Hopefully this will just be a game of battle of the card draw. And if our opponent gets down something kind of nutty, we can at least, you know, get a nice flip Thing in the Ice to flip. But yeah, this is one of those... Oh, and let's finish these ad spots. So we covered MTGOTraders, Inc. Gaming, and also I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to hop on the Patreon train, you certainly can. It is down in the description below. And then finally, it is officially free time. We can talk about whatever we want. Now, this is the new Nicol Bolas deck. Not new Nicol Bolas. We have the new Nicol Bolas Planeswalker in here, which I'm really excited about. The Nicol Bolas Dragon God. So if we can find that creature... if we can find that Planeswalker and we can get it down, then it has all the activated ability of all the Planeswalkers on the battlefield, so it's, you know, pretty cool. And then for the -2, that's going to be a wonderful way for us to find it, so I think we just might end up going for that. And then we run into Brainstorm, so let's get the land drop down for the turn. Let's go Mountain. And is it, do we want to, yeah, let's go for it. I want to have some fun. So let's go Liliana, and then 1-2. We can still leave up that Brainstorm. Yeah, that'll work. Actually, no, let's go and pay for that Ristic Study. We've hit way too many Ristic Studies, and shout out to Mudsta, who always misses Ristic Study triggers. That's why he moved out of the United States. Some people from the local gaming store, they said, hey, Mudsta, buddy, you're missing too many Ristic Study triggers. It's time that you go on get. And so he left. He went back to Canada. Let's grab Nicol Bolas, the Dragon God. I just really want to play with him. So we're going to put him on top of our library. And we're going to pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, Mudsta, and in fact, if you don't know about Mudsta, he does some short and sweet kind of edited gameplay videos that he films at a local gaming store. Be sure to check his channel out. And me and him are friends, and he's also in the lounge too. So if you're new to the channel and you don't know about his channel, be sure to check it out. But anyway, he's known for missing his Ristic Study triggers, and so that's why the United States, they came and said, hey, get out of here, buddy. You're making us sad by missing those triggers. So Canada took him back. So if you're wondering where Mudsta went, that's where. But yeah, outside of the Nicol Bolas deck, if you haven't seen this deck before, this is basically just a Planeswalker, Grixis Planeswalker deck. We've got Nicol Bolas, the Planeswalker, Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh. We've got the new Nicol Bolas that we just put on top of our library. So there's just a whole assortment of creatures. Nicol Bolas Planeswalkers in here. We have the Ravager, which is the original OG Ravager. We have Shahili, Dak Faden, Ashiok. So this is just kind of like just a really nice, almost kind of like a Grixis Planeswalker style deck, like you play in Cube. Just something where it's just a nice amount of value. Now, our opponent did get down Satyr Enchanter and Kestia, and we're looking at 3 counters on Thing in the Ice, so we'll just kind of see if we want to pop that during our opponent's turn. That would force us not going for Nicol Bolas, but yeah, I kind of want to go for that. So we're not going to pay for Mana Vault. And then we draw into Arcane Denial. Yeah, let's go for Nicol Bolas. That's going to be... and that does cut us off Arcane Denial, so we're going to go and let our opponent draw off this Ristic Study, because I still want to at least leave up some sort of counter magic on this. So we'll get Nicol Bolas down, and what we can do is we can start kind of combating this Ristic Study with the +1 from Liliana. So, and then we can also use that with Nicol Bolas too. So let's go, target player discards a card, and talk about, oh man, the art on Nicol Bolas. That is some good art. Alright, so we're going to make them get rid of a card. Let's go for another one. Target player discards a card. And at this point right now, we're just really going to attack their hand, because between Ristic Study and Satyr Enchanter on the battlefield, then you can really start to amass some really nice card draw on an Enchantress build like that. So, and then anything else, we're going to pass the turn over to our opponent. So, we are leaving up potentially Mana Leak if our opponent taps down a little bit low on mana. Now, they do have Gilded Lotus and Chromatic Lantern and a ton of land, so Mana Leak's not that good at this point in the game right now, but at least Arcane Denial is going to be a hard counter for whatever sort of spell they're trying to get down. Then we're going to work on trying to go for a flip Thing in the Ice. I think that would be pretty good. Okay, yeah, we're going to... We're going to Arcane Denial that in a heartbeat. They've already took our Nicol Bolas Planeswalker, and thankfully we still have enough mana left over from this Mana Vault to pay for that Ristic Study trigger. So that's going to be another Thing in the Ice counter that gets chipped away. Let's pay for that Ristic Study trigger. We're going to go Arcane Denial on Bolas, and then that'll put us in a spot to where, they've got 3 cards in the hand. This is probably a really heavy enchantment build. They'll probably at least get down another enchantment, and that'll allow us next turn to really kind of start plussing up on both of our Planeswalkers. If we want to end up going for the -2 off Liliana, we'll see if we need to grab something. We could even go for something like a board wipe, and then just basically just use Brainstorm to help us grab that piece. But trying to figure out if we want to end up using the -2 from Liliana to grab a Planeswalker on the battlefield just to end up with an extra activation. We could even start to go for Ashiok and kind of build our own little bestow style thing. So we've got Persuasion, Enchant Creature. Okay, this is a steel deck. I'm digging it. Alright, so they're going to gain our Thing in the Ice. And thankfully, with it being an enchantment deck, I'm probably not going to see a lot of instant and sorceries on that side of the battlefield, so I feel pretty good. Now, the only downside is they can swing both of these creatures at Nicol Bolas, and that's going to get rid of him. But at this point, yeah, they're going to divvy the kind of the damage out, so that'll be okay. Okay, that's going to get rid of Liliana, and we can go for the -3, but I think, yeah, let's go for the +1. And actually, now that I think about it, we should have just straight up gone from the +1 earlier. To draw a card, and they have to exile a card from their hand. No, excuse me, they could have gone for a permanent, so I do like going for that line of play that we did last turn. We're going to get the Arcane Denial, Mana Vault trigger, and the Phyrexian Arena. So let's see what we draw into off of Phyrexian Arena, Steam Vents. And at this point, if we tap out 4 for Mana Vault, that's not going to be the best for us, so we're just going to hold off on that. Draw into Deliver Unto Evil, which is actually really good. We could bring back Liliana. Ooh, and then we run into the Chain Veil too. Okay, so we're going to take 1 damage off Mana Vault. How do we want to set this turn up? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana with Steam Vents. Yeah, I think at this point we just go for the +1. We draw a card, each opponent discards a card or exiles a card out of their hand. Okay, Soul Ring is wonderful, because I'm thinking we go Deliver Unto Evil, then we go Hero's Downfall on Kestia. That's going to stop them from a combat step. And then we can get a few of this other stuff out. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's go Deliver Unto Evil and pick 4 cards out of our graveyard. And just purely from a value play, we've already won in my book. Let's tap down the Filter Mana first. Okay, we get all those cards. Let's go Marsh Flats. And then, do we want to crack Marsh Flats for Soul Ring? We'll have to tap that down immediately. Let's just go and pass the turn. If we're trying to jam a Hero's Downfall, I think at this point we can definitely hold that fetch lane up, kind of shuffle away a few cards. So let's put, let's put Steam Augury back on top. Mana Leak's really ambitious at this point in the game right now. And do we want Liliana, or do we want to put the Chain Veil back? I still like Snapcaster too. I feel like the Chain Veil's going to be really hard for us to no, that's going to be a little bit more of a... I think that would end up working if we end up holding on to the Chain Veil. Let's just go and put Snapcaster... Yeah, we'll go and get rid of Snapcaster. That's fine. I kind of like holding on to the Chain Veil, because then we can end up going for Nicol Bolas and Liliana. If somehow we kind of run into a little bit of a board wipe, kind of hit the reset on this one. But they've got a ton of card draw at this point right now, sitting at 8 cards in hand. So let's see how they decide to swing in at Nicol Bolas, and we'll try to go for this Hero's Downfall. Oh no, they're going to go for Confiscate on Nicol Bolas, so let's go, and we can't even stop, yeah, so I guess we just go Arcane Denial, because we just don't want them to have it. Yeah, so let's go Arcane Denial on Confiscate. It's always funny when you get like a really, yeah, we're going to pay for Ristic Study. Yes, definitely want to pay for that. So we're going to go for Confiscate again, but that's going to force the issue, at least with them swinging in with Kestia on Nicol Bolas, and we'll get a card draw for next turn. So we're definitely going to try to get down Nicol Bolas, the Ravager. That way we can get the Planeswalker to flip, and that'll give us our best out from this, because at this point right now, with this card draw, it's just going to be really hard for us to keep up with Satyr, Enchanter, and Ristic Study. So we need to try to deal with Enchanter on the battlefield at this point. Oh no! Okay, so our opponent's going to go for Open the Vaults. It's going to return all artifact and enchantment graveyards from the battlefield under their owner's control. Oh, this is this is nasty. This is bad. Nicol Bolas. It's like Nicol Bolas walked out of his movie set trailer and just fell down and died. This is this is not good. So they stole our Phyrexian Arena, they stole our Nicol Bolas. So at this point right now, basically kind of our only out is to go Liliana, And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be 7 next turn, and then they have to go for a but they're grabbing our mana rocks too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to post this video up because this is pretty bad. I like it though. This is what makes Magic fun. You get something like this happening. It ends up. This is why we play Commander, for fun interactions like this. So they're going to cash in a card draw. Let's just go ahead and crack Marsh Flats real quick. Let's Shotgun Water Your Grave. Let's go Brainstorm. And we cannot pay for Ristic Study. No, we cannot. That Open the Vaults was just brutal. Oh my goodness. Electrodominance, Obnixilis. Let's go Chain Veil because we're really far away from Chain Veil. You know, Obnixilis is, I guess we can deal that with Satyr. Because we do want Mana Vault. Electrodominance is not that bad. Actually, no, let's just go and put Steam Vents back. We'll draw into Steam Vents next turn so we can shock that in. But we're taking a pretty good chunk of damage this turn. And to add insult to injury, our opponent did get down Bear Umbra on Satyr Enchanter. So this is... our opponent is blown past the Fun Police and going like 120 miles an hour. But hey... I enjoy it. But yeah, so let's just talk about the deck. Other than outside of Nicol Bolas, the only new card was Nicol Bolas, the Dragon thing, the Dragon God. Now, I thought about adding the Angrass Rampage in here, but I still kind of like the Dreadbore Terminate line of play. I really do like Angrass Rampage, but just kind of leaving it up to our opponent to sacrifice. You know, even if we draw into it at this point right now, we could get rid of the Planeswalker, but with a creature, you know, as the game drags on, it's a little bit rough, so... just kind of see. So I guess at this point we probably need to go Electrodominance up top and just straight up just drop in Obnixilis and go for the -3. I think that's what we need to do because if we just tap out for Mana Vault, that's not going to be good. So we draw into Steam Vents. They're going to draw in 2 cards. That Arcane Denial is really coming back to bite us. So, but at least we can still just drop in Mana Crypt and go for really nice Electrodominance and drop in Obnixilis too. That'll be pretty good because we can go Electrodominance on Kestia, and then Obnixilis on Satyr, and that'll basically just leave Thing in the Ice for our opponent. Yeah, I think I like that. So we go Mana Crypt, and we'll go and pay for this Ristic Study. Let's go Mana Crypt, and we get down Soul Ring, and that'll be just enough mana to tap out. Now we will end up having to pay this last Ristic Study trigger, but let's go Electrodominance on Kestia. And then we can't pay for Ristic Study, so we'll go Electrodominance for 5 on Kestia. It's going to send her back to the command zone, and then that'll still allow us to drop in on Obnixilis and then end up going for Satyr Enchanter. Now, if they've got counter magic, that would definitely kind of stop this. Oh no, mana drain for 7. Okay, and yeah, this is. We lost the game a long time ago. Whenever our opponent went for Mind Control on Nicol Bolas, and they. Oh, look at that. They're going to get Woken Horror, too, sending them back to the group. At least that kind of does work in our favor. That's going to be a 7-8 coming across. But we are completely tapped out for mana. And if they get any sort of additional enchantment onto the Awoken Horror, just a little bit of a power toughness bonus, that'll really kind of stop us. So let's see what they end up rolling out for the turn. Let's go and exile the Chain Veil. And they're going to go for Mirari's Wake, which is going to really amplify their mana and give them an 8-9, put us down to 3. They're going to recast Satyr Enchanter. So they're going to go for Greater Auramancy. Other enchantments you control have Shroud. Enchanted creatures you control have Shroud. And even if we end up going, we have to almost go Obnixilis and Liliana next turn. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be 10 mana, so we go Liliana, put a board wipe on top, then we draw with Obnixilis. That's still going to cut us off. We've got Hero's Downfall. Either way, yeah, this is going to be a rough one for us to bounce back from. Okay, so they're swinging in with Awoken Horror, our Awoken Horror for 8. That's going to put us down to 3, and then on top of that, they still get a card draw from... Yeah, I need to build Kestia. This is a sweet build by our opponent. Simply going for the gain control build. I love that. You know, just running value cards like Mirari's Wake too, and just that's pretty good. Yeah, I need to a lot of the kind of Commander 18 cards that came out. I didn't get to hit them that far, hit them that hard because a lot of them they released like 6 months after they released during the summer. So it's kind of one of those things where it was hard to kind of maintain that excitement on building some of these other commanders. Like I still love playing Lord Windgrace. But, yeah, I need to hit back at them because as soon as they released him, it's almost kind of like the new set started coming out. And, let's Mana Crypt. Let's go Tails. Hopefully we can keep our fingers crossed that Tails Lost the flip. Okay, there we go. Good game to our opponent. But that's just really a beautiful game. You really think about it. You start out with a control magic, confiscate, and then we lose to our own mana crypt after they steal our Woken Horror. That our opponent earned that game, and that was a really wonderful build. So if you're looking for a cool build of Kestia to take, hey, this is a wonderful video to start with. And yeah, also, if I seemed a little bit frazzled during this video, we just got a puppy at the house, and so I ran outside and walked with him. He was also kind of hanging around my recording room, and he was kind of randomly chewing on things, so I was kind of like pushing him away. So if my commentary seemed a little sporadic at times, it was because we have a brand new puppy. And you get to see him on Friday. I'm going to put him in some pictures of him in my Friday video, so that way you can have something to look forward to, and I have a brand new deck on Friday. So anyways, if you enjoyed seeing our opponent's deck go off, that was pretty sweet. Hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.